What's up, guys? So today I'm going to do a mukbang. I was right. Look at that. So today we're going to be doing a mukbang with Taco Bell food, and I asked you guys to ask me some questions because I am all out of ideas right now. And also I'm going to be doing a video, I think Wednesday, on signs of who you're truly attracted to based off of your zodiac, and we're going to be looking at your Juno sign. So until then, we're going to eat some food and you're going to ask me some questions. So this is the first time I've actually asked you guys to ask me questions and I've actually gotten questions. I got Taco Bell. I would like to be vegan eventually, but right now it is just not that day. On that note, let's go in with a chicken case. I really do want to eventually go completely dairy-free and meatless. I'm trying not to eat red meats right now, like pig and cow. And I am allergic lately. Fun fact, I tried to be vegan for like a week or two, and then it like made me allergic to dairy products. So now I can't have milk, but I'm still eating cheese, so we'll see. 2 chicken quesadillas because I'm kind of basic and I like what I'm already comfortable with. I don't really like to try new things. So here we are. Favorite Netflix shows or favorite shows in general? Lately I've just been drinking a lot of wine and watching comedy, like stand-up comedy on Netflix. Like the Dave Chappelle special is really cool. I saw Dave Chappelle live and that was fun. I watched Stranger Things. That's, I guess, all I watch on Netflix. I like Riverdale. Only watched the first season and then like I got... Stop it. I got kind of into the second season, but then I haven't really been watching it because I've been working a lot lately. So I like Riverdale, I like Stranger Things. What's your biggest lesson in life so far? Ugh. What aspect of astrology do you not enjoy? I have a hard time with aspects, but for some reason I'm very good at aspect patterns, which is weird because I feel like you would have to really understand one to understand the other. Aspects are actually the last thing that I've been really learning lately. I've pretty much mastered, or I feel like I'm comfortable with everything else, but when it comes to aspects or being able to like read the geometry patterns in the charts, I kind of struggle with that. I like yods. I love yods. They're so interesting to me, and I love grand trines and I love T-squares. I love all of that. They're so interesting to me. Yaharia Roulas asked if you could be any sign, which one and why? I would probably be an Aquarius, I feel, because Leos are so naturally like focused on self-expression and self-identification, whereas Aquarius is focused more on like bigger pictures and things bigger than themselves. And I wish I was able to kind of step outside of myself and like, you know, focus more on things that truly matter to like the world versus things that matter, excuse me, to me. So yeah. Your favorite and least favorite sign? As an astrologer, there are no favorite or least favorite signs. I don't feel like if you have a bias, I wouldn't trust you as an astrologer, because like you're supposed to not have a bias and be able to like understand and sympathize with every sign. But as like someone that's just looking at my chart alone and being compatible with other people, I would probably say favorite sign is probably Aquarius. I just really like their energy. They're really calm and nurturing and like peaceful. And my least favorite sign is probably Taurus, I guess. But that's like predictable because Leo and Taurus always have like this weird bump heads dynamic, so I don't know. Brendan Leha asked, how did you get into astrology? So I've always been kind of familiar with astrology, but in 2014, I believe someone actually showed me that there was a thing called a natal chart, and literally that whole year I did nothing but copy and pasted everything that I saw in my natal chart. Someone showed me the website Astro Theme, and in Astro Theme you can compute your entire chart and then you can hit like redraw, and then so many different box sets of lists pop up, like your aspects, your houses, your signs and houses, your sun, your planets and houses, and it also lists some of your asteroids. So I literally just googled everything. I copied and pasted everything that I saw and I googled it. Like every single thing in Astro theme that pertained to my chart, I googled. Like that was it. And that whole first year I just googled everything. And then like 2015, 2016, I still just googled a lot of stuff. I just would start to branch out and Google like other people's placements versus my own chart. And then around 2017, I comfortably started branching out and feeling confident within what I knew about astrology. And that was when I really like got further into it and learned about aspect patterns, and I learned about like interceptions and duplications and decans and all that stuff. So essentially Google. Essentially just someone like randomly showing me a natal chart without really even telling me what it was. And I don't even think they knew much about it. I think they just knew to look it up. If that makes sense. I think they just like heard about it. I don't know. They like randomly pulled it up and then just like left me with my own natal chart, and then I just started discovering it and I started researching it, and it was what brought me into like intricate astrology. But when it comes to like actual just like basic sun sign astrology, my mom has always had like astrology books in my house, so I just was always kind of interested, but I didn't really know that you had more than just your sun sign. And I have so many questions, this is wild. Maya Pwint, P-W-I-N-T, asked the difference between signs and planets and signs and houses. So planets and signs essentially are how you perceive things around you, but houses and signs are how you channel that energy. And my next question is at Brianna Nicole, what's sidereal and tropical astrology? Sidereal and tropical astrology, and is sidereal accurate? So sidereal astrology is pretty much the chart that you were born with, and tropical astrology is the chart that you were kind of told by society to become, or like the chart that made you this way because of how society is, or because of how growing up or evolution has made you become. But sidereal is essentially like your true self, your core energy, the way that you essentially subconsciously maybe react to things. But tropical astrology is like the reactiveness or the way that you are now because of how growing up in like the world that you're in has made you become. And I learned that response originally by Cosmic Odyssey. I'm going to leave a link below for Twitter. She is a really good sidereal astrologer, and she's someone that I personally like really love listening to in terms of sidereal because it's such an interesting take. Sorted Rose asked, what advice would you give to people getting into astrology dealing with information overload? Definitely just don't feel like you have to rush. Don't feel like you have to know everything. There are certified astrologers who don't specialize in every single thing that astrology has to offer, because at the end of the day it's a science. It's something that is such a wide spectrum of intelligence that like not every astrologer knows everything in terms of astrology, like in terms of aspects, aspect patterns, houses, all of that. But everyone kind of majors in their own specialty per se, so don't really feel like you need to know everything. Don't like feel overwhelmed by it. Just look at or look up what interests you, and that's really how information is going to start to stick, because if you're looking up what interests you, then that's obviously how you're gonna get interested and learn. Sagittarius Muse asked, what's been the most difficult thing about astrology for you to comprehend or understand enough to explain it to others? Definitely aspects, and it's not because like I can't just look up astro themes aspects and be able to read like what is squaring and trining and conjuncting, what have you, but it's being able to read like a basic chart, like sun in what blah blah blah, moon in blah blah blah, and being able to like do the geometry to determine what it aspects to the other sign. Stop. We're very bad at math. What's your least and most favorite thing about Astro Twitter? At Cozartsarah _ asked. And what rising sign is your least favorite? My most difficult thing with astrology Twitter is like how catty it gets. I feel like when I first started, obviously I assumed like it was a very positive atmosphere where everyone just kind of like sang kumbaya around a campfire and everyone just held hands, but it's a lot cattier than I thought it would be. Like every step of the way we'll try to kind of take away whatever you work towards. People will constantly try to like make you feel like you don't know enough or like you don't deserve to have what you do or what you want. So that kind of sucks, especially when like you look to these people for guidance and they're supposed to be like people with a platform to help others, but then you see them kind of like, I don't know, not helping others. But yeah, I guess it's just like it's everything that you do in life, I feel like it's gonna have like a negative effect, or like it's gonna have people that like want to take some of that or make you feel like you don't deserve some of that. So really it's just learning how to like not let things get to you. But yeah, I guess in terms of what I dislike about astrology Twitter, it's the clicks and like the culture behind making people feel like they aren't intelligent enough or undeserving of what they're doing, what they love. And then what rising sign is your least favorite? I don't really have like a rising sign that's my least favorite. I don't feel like I've met anyone and I've like looked specifically at their ascendant and have been like, wow, I hate you. God bless. Thank you. Candace said, who is your favorite Twitter astrologer? Their name is at Astro, GRLZ, but it used to be Glossology, and that is always going to be my favorite Twitter astrologer because I wouldn't really be anything on Twitter right now if it weren't for them. So yeah, shout out to Tess. And Caputo said, what's the most annoying stereotype people have about astrologers? What's your biggest pet peeve about people who comment on astrology? The most annoying thing that people perceive about astrology or astrologers is that we are all just people who look into crystal balls and predict your future, and that we're just kind of like fortune telling versus looking at or backing ourselves up with actual science or mathematics to be able to truly like determine what we're saying to you or our chart predictions for how you are or why you are the way that you are. And people kind of water it down and make it feel like it's more about fortune telling when it's really broken down to a science, broken down to mathematics, to be able to make these claims that people or that astrologers feel confident being able to say. So that's probably the thing that annoys me. This question is from @downcastkitten. What signs do you think are the biggest crybabies? LOL. Definitely Leo. Leo and Cancer are like the biggest crybabies of the zodiac. If anything, Leo and Cancer. I guess that completes this video. Thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you liked this, and I'll see you in my next video.